Football is back in Statesboro this afternoon as Georgia Southern opens the 2026 season against FCS Southeast, aka Charleston Southern. Mostly cloudy skies, the threat of a passing shower, and 90-degree heat provide a classic South Georgia backdrop as the Eagles look to build on last year's 7-6 campaign, which ended on a high note with a Birmingham Bowl victory over Appalachian State. Expectations are once again high thanks in large part to a pair of preseason first-team All-Sun Belt selections. Senior defensive tackle Latrell Bullard anchors a physical defense that prides itself on controlling the line of scrimmage, while senior wide receiver Josh Dallas gives the Eagles one of the conference's premier big play threats. Charleston Southern, aka FCS Southeast, would love to spoil opening day, but Georgia Southern knows this afternoon is about establishing momentum and setting the standard for the season ahead. With the atmosphere building at Paulson Stadium, the Eagles are ready to kick off another year of football in Statesboro. It's the FCS Southeast Condors / Charleston Southern taking on Georgia Southern coming up next.
There is a reason they call this the prettiest little stadium in America. Glad to have you with us from Paulson Stadium. We will find out a whole lot more about these teams this Week 1 showdown here on EA Sports College Football. It's the Condors and the Georgia Southern Eagles. Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer. These teams might have to brave the elements in this one. Isn't that right, Holly Rowe?
Well, guys, I wanted to get into the extended forecast because, as you can see, heavy rain right now. I have seen a few players in the pregame warm-ups having some issues trying to work on their ball security with the rain coming down so hard. The forecast says we can expect rain throughout the course of this game, but it is expected to lighten up in the second half. Of course, I will keep you posted as we go. Guys?
Try to stay dry down there if you can, Holly.
Okay, so maybe more than just a passing shower.
So Georgia Southern's kicker headed to the football to start this 2026 season. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. So the Condors offense going to get the chance to start this game off. And here comes the sophomore running back. The ground game on him to pick up those tough yards and take care of the ball. They'll run the counter. Spins away from the defense. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets two. He's down at the 21. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Right back to the well. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Finds his tight end. He's able to get it out to the 25, but needed a little bit more to move the chains. It'll be 4th down. And it'll be the Condors will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, and just like that, they'll have to give it up. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. So the Eagles offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And there he is, this senior wide receiver. He is a guy who is reliable and can be dangerous if he gets a chance.
It's pretty amazing when you watch this offense because they're not very talented. They're average, quite honestly, a lot of spots, except the guy at wide receiver, David. He is elite. And today on offense, everything should go through him.
And when you've got one of those guys, you've got a chance, right? One guy that puts fear in the defense. And I love that we continue to see guys have real success at smaller levels, right? It's not just the power 4. These are guys that end up getting plucked and go to the next level. You can still be a burner and still have that great speed and route running and develop. And this guy has, and he is one of the best players on he actually is the best player on this team, and he is option number 1 for this squad.
The give from the gun. Maybe some room here, and he's wrestled to the ground. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Johnson wants to throw it. Pressure coming. Pucks it out of the air. There he goes. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
The run inside. It's Helms. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. He's got him in the flat. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. Ball's at the 22. Third and short coming. Can the defense force them to settle for a field goal? Lets it fly deep downfield. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking down the middle. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. And after the pick, there is an injured player who's still on the field. You hate to see this, all of the work in the offseason and injury this early in the year. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And he's swallowed up immediately, stopped right at the line of scrimmage. They give it to the freshman, first carry of his career. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Dropping back, it's right. Bringing the heat. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
The Condors will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Fair catch is called for. You want to make sure that you field it cleanly in rainy weather like this. The Eagles offense now ready to start the drive. Makes his man miss. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down. And now this offense will try to overcome that second down incompletion. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
Georgia Southern brings on the punt team, getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Determined run, but he stopped after 2 yards down at the 13. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Solid gain to get him out close to the 20. Pick up a 5 to the 19. Pinned just inside their own 20. They need to convert on 3rd and short. Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback will keep it. He slides past the sticks. That'll be enough to convert the 3rd down. And it'll be the Condors will line it up on 1st and 10. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, that was an easy one for the officials. You can't grab a face mask like that, and it costs the defense a first down. The keeper on the option. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. The play action fake. Under fire. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball. Now facing a 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's right. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Punt is on its way. Hauls it in, looking for space. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Caught behind the line. It's Helms. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will, and they get him down. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. Trainer's out having a look at this junior defensive back. Holly Rowe will update us on his condition. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. Spits it out to the back. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. No return coming here as he signals for the fair catch and makes it right around the 30-yard line. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Power football with the run. Fighting off the defender. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the 2nd quarter. The Condors are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He'll do it himself on the draw. He hits the slide, and he's got enough to convert that 3rd down. The offense getting set for a 1st down from the 45. Here comes the option. Pulls it and runs it again. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Looking downfield, it's right. Here comes the heat. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And it'll be the Condors who will bring the punt team onto the field. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. Throws to the wideout. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Takes the easy completion. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Facing a third down and short from the 26. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On third and long, try to convert through the air. He's going for a big play downfield. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there. Georgia Southern in a hurry.
And maybe that's exactly what this offense needed, man. They needed a big play, some kind of momentum to go their way. Offense really hadn't showed up in this football game yet. That gets them going. Maybe the QB gets a little juice. Maybe this is what that offense needed to get rolling.
Motion from the back. Johnson looking to throw. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. It'll be third and long. They'll move the wide receiver. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Makes the grab. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Hand off from the shotgun. Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Condors will snap it on 1st and 10. Hand off to the lone back. Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33. And it'll be the Condors with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to run for it. Nice move there. Might have a chance. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Condor!
Well, it's an offense that prides themselves on running the football, and they were up against it a little bit there in the first quarter. Not a lot of explosive run plays, but here in the second, they finally pop one. And they know it's just a matter of time with this guy. He's ready to hit the home run with his game-breaking speed. And after that long touchdown run, this offense finally on the board.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he capped it off with a 65-yard touchdown run. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Georgia Southern's offense comes out to get this drive started. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board. Down 7. Breaks into the open. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Johnson wants to throw it. Here's the pressure. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on third down. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. Rides the option, he keeps it. Got enough for the first. Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. He's into the open down the middle. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
I mean, what a playmaker. This dude can take off from anywhere and attack your defense. Forget the option, forget pitching it. He is going to take it, and this is why, because he chews up big yards, makes the huge play.
The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. Pulls it again on the option. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Now on the counter. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And that lead grows even bigger.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Finds his man. It's Hollins. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. Johnson looking to throw. Trying to beat the D deep. Finds a spot down the gut of the knee. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, the ground game. Just couldn't get away from the tackle. They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Got out of trouble and throws. Serious arm strength on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, pinning them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. The give to the back. Got enough for the 1st. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. He's up to 113 yards on the ground, and that will put him over 100, and what a way to start the season. Grabs it in the middle. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. The Condors moving quickly to the line. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Fires left. Makes the catch. It's Garrison. Inside the 35. Knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. Looking downfield on first down. Rushes on him. He's got the tight end. Timeout taken by the offense is their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. That last completion left them with 2nd and 3. Let's see how aggressive they are. To the air, it's right. Oh, they're after him. And down he goes.
And that's a better job by this defense. That's exactly what they've got to start doing more. He's had a lot of success on the ground. It's apparent. He will take off and move. So how do we keep him in the pocket? Get him behind the line of scrimmage, fluster him a little bit, and don't let him use those wheels.
They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. Absolutely perfect. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. Let's start with the Missouri State Bears, taking on the number 8 team, the Texas A&M Aggies. And it's the Bears sneaking out of here with an upset victory. Gonna have to see how the rankings shake up following this outcome. They finally break into the win column after starting the year 0-3. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Back now to your game inside Paulson Stadium. What a first half for that superstar back. He's already over 100 yards today, and he's done it with tough physical running, but also elusive speed. And that combination has his team 2 quarters away from a nice win. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the prettiest little stadium in America.
And it'll be the Condors will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Johnson wants to throw it. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Just a short pass to the tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
I know he's got the height and the weight of a tight end, but man, the way he runs routes and how good he is with the ball in his hands, it just reminds you of a wide receiver. He's so athletic.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. A giant chunk of yardage picked up there, and they're down to the 24. Georgia Southern in a hurry.
And what a huge play for the offense. Hitting that throw not only is big for their confidence, but it also flips the field.
Off the play fake on first down. It's complete to the left. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. They'll go to the counter. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Back to pass on 2nd down. Pocket breaking down. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it and still on his feet. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. Trying to keep the drive alive. And some great fourth down defense against the run. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. They'll try the run. Pickup of 8, it's now 2nd and 2. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Rides the back and leaves it. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. Fairly manageable distance here on third down from the 27. Motion from the wideout. Dropping back, it's right. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on third down. The Condors line up to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Just needs a crack to get a return. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Eagles offense now ready to start the drive. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here.
But, and he's got room. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. They're working that left side. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Right back to the well. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. 1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to give them a finish. They'll try to get it in with the run. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. Pushes toward the goal line. Trying to find the end zone, and he's not going to make it as his defense is making it tough. They'll run it on 3rd and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia Southern.
And I love it. I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. I trust my offensive line to pave the way, give the ball to my running back, and know he's going to physically punch this thing into the end zone.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Quick handoff. Turning it on. Makes it past the marker. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run the guys, and get them on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Into the third quarter of this opening week of the season, it's now 2nd and 10. Makes the grab. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. And it'll be the Condors have it with a 1st and 10. Got it in the middle. It's Perkins. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Short pickup of 4 on 1st down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Quarterback keep. The pitch. Could be an alley. Touchdown, Condor! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
The running back is going to get the long touchdown run on the stats, but the option was run beautifully. How about the timing down the line of scrimmage? A perfect pitch, and the running back takes it and does the rest. That's why this offense is hard to stop. So many options on so many plays.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And he finished things off with that 36-yarder for a score. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Complete. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. Johnson looking to throw. That's caught. It's held. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. Period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Caught in the backfield, it's Dallas. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. After the 4-yard completion on 1st down, now it's 2nd and 6. Gonna look downfield again. Fires to the right. He's got it. There he goes. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. The Eagles land a counterpunch.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right, in college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
And he makes the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the finisher coming on a touchdown pass from 52 yards out. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. That last score the defense allowed made it a 1-possession game. Oh, he's got some space. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down. 1st down here as we dive into the college football season, a week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. They'll give it to him again. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Keeps it on the option. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Off play action. Pressure coming. He lets it fly. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. They kick it away on 4th down. He's got it. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. And now, deep in the 4th quarter, a chance to go down the field and take the lead in this ball game. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. So now it's 2nd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. Johnson wants to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Finds his man. It's Hollins. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
Finds his man. And the Eagles have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Handoff from the gun. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs. The Eagles have their offense in high gear. Might as well give it to him again. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He leaves it with his back. He stopped in his tracks, and at least they didn't lose yardage on this one. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to take off. Oh, he didn't get past the marker before starting his slide, and now it's 4th down. And the clock stops for an injured player on the field. And is their senior defensive end, and they can ill afford to lose him for a long period of time. Holly Rowe will check in on his condition. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Complete, out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. After losing a couple of yards, it's now 2nd and 12 as they try to keep this drive moving. Johnson looking to throw. Hauls it in. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. It'll be 3rd and long. Tight end now in motion. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Soft spot in the middle. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. Looking to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. Touchdown, Eagles! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. His 3rd touchdown of this game and his 3rd on the season. Lining up for the point after and the lead. And that extra point was good, and now they have the lead in the 4th. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. On the move from inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. The Condors make their way onto the field to open this drive. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. They give it to him again. He's going to lose a yard on that one. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Stevens. He's knocked down immediately. Tried to catch them napping on the run and nothing doing. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Takes a hit as he fires. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. This defense is going to have to sell out to stop the run and try to get the ball back one last time. So they'll use a timeout here, one more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark. They'll keep it on the ground. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. On 4th down, looking for the completion. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. Makes a catch. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Lets it fly. Finds the big tight end. Changing on the move. It'll be a 1st down at the 29. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Back to throw. It's Wright.
And they really haven't put the ball.
And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th.
And they got to protect their quarterback better up front. They got to give him a little bit more time to make some damage down the field. But look at this. Here they go. No huddle, back on the line, make the defense communicate. Maybe you can catch them sleeping.
Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact.
It's the 4th quarter. Every second counts, right? It's a one-possession game. We're chasing the QB. He scrambles around, does such a great job getting positive yards, keeping this drive alive. We need to score badly. We got to keep drives alive like this. Wonderful job.
The give to the single back. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Unloads it left. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Quarterback takes a knee, and they'll start this new season with a victory. The old coaching cliche, go win or no every week, and for the first week, they get it done.
That great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season, but 1-0, that's where you wanted to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. First game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the football, trying to make the plays necessary to win this game. They definitely made a few mistakes, but that's what practice is for. But if you're the coaching staff, I think you're very, very positive right now moving forward.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.
So it wasn't necessarily pretty, but Georgia Southern does stage a furious rally in the 4th quarter and come back to defeat FCS Southeast. a.k.a. Charleston Southern in this case. The decision to go for it on 4th down, up by 1 point, and they did not get it. Almost came back to bite Georgia Southern. If FCS Southeast could have gotten field goal position there at the end, they could have lost by 2 because of that decision. But Georgia Southern does end up winning the game 21-20. Looking at the team stats here, Georgia Southern had the edge in first downs 19-15. Total offense 425 to 388. Rushing yardage, actually FCS Southeast blew out Georgia Southern 316 to 70. But passing yardage, it was just as lopsided the other way. Georgia Southern had the edge 355 to 72. Third down conversion percentage, both teams were at 30%, so that was a draw. Turnovers, Georgia Southern had the only turnover. That was interception thrown. And time of possession battle was won by FCS Southeast by about 3 minutes. Looking at the player stats for Georgia Southern, Max Johnson finishes 25 of 41 for 355 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Big day for him, aside from that interception. For FCS Southeast, Earl Wright finishes 12 of 20 for only 72 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Leading rusher for FCS Southeast, Rock Johnstone, goes absolutely crazy. 19 carries for 208 yards, 2 touchdowns for him. Big day for Rock Johnstone. Georgia Southern was led by David Mabadinga, something like that. 19 carries for 72 yards, 1 rushing touchdown, but Mabadinga also added 2 receiving touchdowns as well, as we'll see here. He had 7 catches for 87 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ashton Hollins actually led the team in rushing with only 6 carries, but he had 106 yards, had a 42-yard run in there. So each time he touched the ball, it was kind of a big play, it seemed like. For FCS Southeast, they were led by Jarius Perkins, 4 carries for 37 yards. Seems like they should have, oh, he's a tight end. I'm not sure. Oh, this is receptions. I'm an idiot. Jarius Perkins led the team in receptions, 4 catches for 37 yards. And leading blocker for Georgia Southern, it was a tie between Jalen Slaughter and Josh Dallas. Each had 7 pancakes. For FCS Southeast, it was, a 4-way tie with 6 pancakes apiece. I'm not going to read all those guys' names. Defensive leaders for FCS Southeast, there was a tie between Audric Bush and Emmanuel Dexter. Each had 11 total tackles. There was a 3-way tie for tackles for loss with 2 each. Montarius Taylor and T.T. Harris Jr. tied for the team leading sacks with a half a sack each, and Leon Branch had the interception for FCS Southeast. For Georgia Southern, no interceptions. 3 guys had a sack with Trell Bullard, Chase Calicut, and Jeremiah Tickett. All had 1 to tie for the team lead. Tackles for loss, it was a tie between Chase Calicut and Aaron Sears. Each had 3 tackles for loss. In total tackles, Aaron Sears led the team with 15. Kicking stats for Georgia Southern, Trip Bryant did not attempt a field goal, but he was 3 of 3 on extra point attempts. For FCS Southeast, Turner Mills made both of his field goal attempts with a long of 46, and he was 2 of 2 on extra point attempts as well. Punting for FCS Southeast, Ty Minchie had 6 punts for an average of 46.6 yards per punt. Georgia Southern's Alex Smith had 5 punts for an average of 44.6 yards per punt. Kick returns for Georgia Southern, and Tavius Murphy had 3 returns for an average of 22 yards per return, and Alex Taylor had 1 return for 19 yards. FCS Southeast, Kevin King had 2 returns for an average of 11 yards per return, and Tyrone Hickson had 1 return for 14 yards. Punt returns, there weren't any for FCS Southeast. For Georgia Southern, and Tavius Murphy had 4 returns for an average of 8.7 yards per return. Scoring summary, in the first quarter, there was no scoring whatsoever. Second quarter, FCS Southeast gets off to a big lead. They get a 65-yard touchdown run from Rock Johnstone, 21-yard field goal from Turner Mills, and then a 45-yard field goal from Mills just before halftime. It was 13-0 FCS Southeast. Third quarter, Georgia Southern finally gets on the board with a 1-yard touchdown run from David Mabadinga, but then Rock Johnstone strikes again with a 37-yard touchdown run. It was 20-7 FCS Southeast going into the fourth quarter, but thanks to David Mabadinga, Georgia Southern's able to come back. First, there's a 52-yard touchdown pass from Max Johnson to Mabadinga, and then a 3-yard touchdown pass from Johnson to Mabadinga. I'm sure I'm saying that correctly, right? But Georgia Southern does eke out the 21-20 win despite that decision to go for it on 4th down in the fourth quarter, only up 1 where they don't get it. FCS Southeast drives a little bit but can't quite get into field goal territory. So Georgia Southern survives 21-20 to get their first win of 2026. Taking a look at the headline here. Home field advantage, the Georgia Southern Eagles are now 1-0 after defeating FCS Southeast at Paulson Stadium. The highlighted players were David Mabadinga for Georgia Southern and Rock Johnstone for FCS Southeast. Both good choices. You see Georgia Southern, a much higher rated team, and here's the schedule for Georgia Southern. They snuck out a win today, but they are going to travel to Clemson next week, so that could get a little ugly for Georgia Southern. We'll see what happens. Next game coming your way is going to be FCS Southeast at the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns. But from wherever Georgia Southern is, I believe they are in... No, I have no clue where Georgia Southern is. They win 21-20 over FCS Southeast, and we will see you next time.